This is how I ran the London Marathon.
20 miles today. My legs are aching. My legs are killing me. Really don't feel like doing this today. In tunes, playing old school. Feeling good. It's looking good, bro. Look forward to it, man. Knee, ankle.
So, why am I making a video? I want to get into video editing. It's something which I've been interested in the past and I've been very inconsistent. So this is a very selfish project that literally no one has asked for, but if you watch to the end, I appreciate you massively. I've only scratched the surface of knowledge in running, although I've ran a marathon, so if you are interested in that kind of thing, I'll leave some links in the description for you to refer to. First of all, I've never been a runner. It's something which I never thought I'd do. I had very strong motivations to commit to this. So in 2010, my dad decided that he was going to run the London Marathon for his 50th birthday. Now, fast forward to the day before his marathon, my granddad was unfortunately in hospital and things were taking a turn for the worse. My dad asked my granddad if he should run the London Marathon or if he should stay. My granddad could only, give a nod of approval at the time as he was very sick. So my dad ran it. He got injured in the first few miles of the marathon and still finished it, but he missed my granddad dying by 8 minutes. And so as his gesture, my dad buried his medal that he got in my granddad's casket. And when we fast forward to 2019, I remember walking past the finish line of the 2019 London Marathon the day after, and it occurred to me that in 2020 it would be 10 years since my dad ran it. I thought I need to get physically and mentally fit. So I remember saying to myself, I'm going to cross this finishing line and get a medal and give it to my dad for his 60th birthday. This was the best possible motivation I ever could have had, so I needed to become a runner. So the next day, I went for a run, and it was very similar to Run Fat Boy Run, where goes out, jogs for a little bit, and instantly is like... And I was seeing dots, I wanted to be sick, and I was thinking...
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I couldn't even run 2 miles. The thought of running 26.2, very, very out of my reach. So I just had to do it one step at a time. So from May to December of 2019, I started training. Fortunately, I got a charity place for MenCap. They work with people with learning disabilities and they do amazing work. They provided so much support. And so big thank you to MenCap for giving me the opportunity to run. 2020, life happened.
You must stay at home.
So I delayed my place to 2022, and so I was able to be a bit more mentally prepared this time. I knew what the majority of it entailed. In June, I had park life. Monday afterwards was the training. And one of the biggest decisions I made was that I decided to completely cut alcohol, and I wanted 0 excuses, and it was the healthiest decision that I think I could have made. Now, I love a drink. My lockdown skill was even cocktail making. Hangovers now. Last 3 days, I knew that this would affect my motivation and my consistency and my productivity. I wanted to be the healthiest I'd been, and so this made a lot of sense, and I didn't want to half-ass it.
Never half-ass 2 things. Whole-ass 1 thing.
I also noticed from, people that I follow on social media who have removed alcohol, noticed how it transformed their life mentally and physically.
Well, no, honestly, my life has got so much better without alcohol now. Feel fresh, innit? Bro, I get why people do it.
Whilst I know I won't quit alcohol because I do like a drink, my relationship has got way better with it. My sleep quality is better. I think this was a big learning experience. Still go out with my mates. I would piss them off because every time they asked what I wanted to drink, I would say, lemonade.
That cool, refreshing drink.
I had to deal with my friends when they've had too much to drink. Come for one, just have one.
What is the point of going for one? Whoever has one? You're gonna at least 10, aren't you? You know what I mean? Not gonna one.
Other than that, I got used to it. It didn't really change much.
Shake, 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 shake. Everybody in love. Go for shake.
I was able to be way more productive. I was able to read more. I think even one time I went full Winston from McDougall and did a puzzle.
Gonna do you puzzle right on the table. As nasty as you want to be.
One of the most underrated skills I developed throughout this whole period was being able to do things I hate and don't want to do, but doing them anyway because I know it's what I need to do.
Really wasn't in the mood to do it today, but got there in the end. So yeah, week 3, done.
And I think I could take this into, like, you know, my career as well as my other fitness goals that I'll have now that the marathon's done. One of the main things I did was read a lot more. And the reason why I did this is I knew that the marathon would be mentally challenging. So I started to journal, and I started to journal back in 2020, but it was much easier for me to do this consistently throughout this training period as well. This combined with meditation was really awesome, and it's something which I continue to do daily now. The best thing that I did, which was different to my 2020 training and this year, was that I think I just took success in showing up and doing the training plan, as opposed to being like, oh, I need to get a 23 5K or a 50-minute 10K, and just making sure that I was consistent and showing up. And that was way more of rewarding experience training as opposed to what I did last time. Prior to training, I did the Vitality 10K, which gave me a really great boost in training, introduced to a racing environment for the first time. And this is something which actually my flatmate Nate got me to do, just the thing I needed right before training. So thank you, Nate. One of the things I also got midway through training was a DEXA scan.
I'm on my way to vital metrics. I'll know my body fat percentage, and I'll know my maintenance calories, any muscle imbalances. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I want to get one post-marathon as well. It'll be good to compare once it's all done.
The absolute worst part about training this time was that I had to run in the heat.
I left at 6:30 because it's going to hit 24 degrees at like 9 o'clock, so.
Officially halfway done through the marathon training plan, so I just did my first half marathon. Yeah, it's 27 degrees as well, so bloody warm. So
What's your profanity?
And I think the first 3 weeks, in addition, you're ramping up training more than normal. I was running 4 times a week in addition to a gym session. But over the training period, I think week 3 was a pivotal point. Although it was hot, yeah, I felt my mood increase and I was feeling good. I was feeling positive. I also was working and I got to travel to New York, but I actually had the experience of being able to run in New York as well and go to Central Park, which I did actually on the morning of my birthday on the Tuesday at 6 a.m. And I don't think I've ever exercised on my birthday before.
So I made it. Peter did not make it. But yeah, man's here, innit?
Fast forward to September, I did the London half marathon, which was 4 weeks out.
Half marathon done. I did way better than expected. Got 2 hours, 6 minutes. And I was aiming for 2:10, 2:15. In fact, I got under 2:10. Yeah, I'm in very good stead. Got the medal. I am exhausted. Another ice bath and sleep. Bring on the full in 4 weeks time. Looking good, bruv.
It just gave me the right amount of confidence that I needed, and it felt light. I did a 20-mile run the weekend before. I was running a half marathon pretty much from the end of July every week until October. And doing this video, I was able to see how my confidence and the perception of problems as well was different.
This is some bullshit. Oh, what a day.
My attitude increased massively towards these things that would have prevented me running a couple of years ago.
My mindset's really good right now. I carb loaded right, so it's good. It's just the heat. Doesn't know rain. At least I'm prepped for whatever the temperature may be on the day. That's how I'm choosing to look at it. So taking this as a positive, just more prepped. Actually quite pleasant as well. So yeah, happy days.
Now, race week is when it gets real.
A week from today, I'll be done, which is nuts.
And I think it really hit me when I got my bib number. She. And seeing the charity, seeing MenCap as well, and seeing all these people who are running in a few days, there was a really awesome wall with everyone who was running the London Marathon, and it was really awesome just to not be able to just think it's just you that's doing it for once. I know that sounds stupid, but it was nice to see everyone who's going through the same experience as you. One of the things that was spoken about, because there were talks going on in the Excel Center as well, paranoia. And this is when you doubt yourself coming up to the marathon, your sleep is terrible, you're not eating right. It's a real thing. Glad I was able to get some time off work just to mentally prepare. I actually called my dad a few days out of the marathon as well, and he gave me really useful advice. He didn't actually know I recorded this conversation, so surprise, Dad. So I wanted to check how you got your head in the right space before your run.
I'm really good at dealing with stress. I really am, and I can just block it, put it to the side. But the hardest thing, I got an injury a few miles in, and it was hurting pretty much all the way round. So pain will do it. But mentally, I think you just get into a rhythm. Basically, the situation with Dad was blocked for the whole marathon. I mean, he was there, but it was a question of, got to finish it.
I don't know who else would have done it in your scenario.
A big driver was that I knew I had to get to hospital. The main thing is to focus on yourself. I was running with the 420 group. I was with them up till about 18, 20 miles. And I just checked myself, and I knew I wasn't going to do that time. Don't let your goal to hit a time break you, because I will always remember this woman I was running next to, and I saw she looked absolutely knackered, but she was keeping up. And I saw her with the paramedics 2 or 3 miles from home on the side. The only thing you need to focus on, I've got to be honest, focus on yourself. Do not let a time break you.
So race day arrived in the morning. I just felt really focused. I had about 4 hours sleep, but I was ready. The atmosphere was really good. It was really awesome speaking to other people just alongside you, going up to the start line. And yeah, the atmosphere was amazing. About to head off shortly. Vibes were immaculate. Looking forward to it, man. Yeah, let's go. So, race started. I was on pace for 4 hours 20. And then mile 16 changed everything. So my knee and ankle just decided to check out.
Big man thing, yeah? It's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good.
And so as soon as I felt my knee and ankle go, I immediately knew that, okay, this is just about finishing this race. I'm not going to hit my time that I want. I need to finish this race and get the medal to my dad. That's all I had in my head. One step at a time, and just putting one foot in front of the other was my only focus. You just have to push yourself, shut out that voice, and just focus and push through. And this is mainly between miles 18 and 23, and it's the weirdest battle between these two voices in your brain battling each other, and your body's also screaming at you, and it's just in pain. The last 6 miles, harder than the first 20 miles. But when you hit mile 24 and you see the London Eye, and that's when you know you're gonna do it. And a big thank you to those who came out to support me on the day, because that just gave me like such a boost in energy and adrenaline, and it got me through it. Particularly as well as the atmosphere around it, but yeah, seeing my mates there and finally bumping into my parents at mile 25 as well was just everything I needed. Yeah, seeing my dad in particular at mile 25, it just reminded me why I wanted to do this in the first place. I didn't want to do this virtually, I wanted this experience. Despite the injury, it was everything that I could have hoped for. And crossing that finishing line was one of the best feelings I've ever had in my life. Even though it got delayed, I finally got it done. The number one best feeling I had was finally giving my medal to my dad.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh yeah, that's nice.
Oh my god.
Get out of here. No.
But he's giving you it.
No.
Oh.
Are you serious?
Oh, really?
Lewis.
I knew he would do it.
Lewis. I tell you what. Lewis.
Trevor? He loves to give you it.
Oh shit.
Well done, Louis.
For the one I didn't keep.
My mum got me my first drink, Dragon Stout, but my friend got me my first pint. It was beautiful, and I genuinely could have cried. It was so good. I went to a spa day the next day, had the best time. There's literally no one here, so I have this all to myself. This is sick. Oh my god. It's so nice here. It's everything I wanted. Just got back from a trip from Vienna with my friends. I was able to indulge in food, a bit of beer.
You have to keep drinking like you said, remember?
I was just able to relax and not having to think about running anymore. A huge weight was lifted off my shoulders, it felt like. So yeah, if I could give anyone any advice if you're looking to pick up running or pick up a healthier sort of like fitness regime, this is advice that literally no one has asked for someone who, yeah, got injured and did the marathon an hour later than expected. Nonetheless, I think there's some value. Consistency is key. Success doesn't happen overnight. it's important to show up for yourself. Motivation is extremely useful. However, discipline and having that self-discipline can take you anywhere, and I really believe this. Be easy on yourself when you're starting. You showing up is a success within itself. That was the main difference between my mindset going into training this time compared to last time. I was beating myself up for, oh, not getting a 5K under 25 minutes. A 5K is a 5K. It doesn't matter what time you did it. Just show up for yourself, be consistent. The results will come within time. And also, a number of people have said, oh, I did start running and then I stopped. 9 times out of 10, it's because they ran every day. You don't need to do that. If you want to start running for 4 weeks, run 3 times a week, space it out like Tuesday, Thursday, and a Saturday or a Sunday, and do a distance which you're perfectly comfortable with, or even focus on the time. So just aim to run for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then build upon that slowly. Don't think you have to do a 5K every day because you'll burn out, you'll injure yourself. So baby steps, 1 step at a time. Ask for help when you need it. Put your ego aside. Always remain a student. It's perfectly okay to start from where you are, be that at the bottom or not where you want to be. This is a real example of it, me doing this video. I'm learning as I'm going along. I have no idea how long this video is going to be, and if it's really long, I'm sorry.
That's what she said.
I've been asked if I'll ever do the marathon again. Now that I've done it, and now I know that I can do it, that's when I want to come for sub 4. I feel like I'll be able to have more fun with it now that I know that I can do it, and I can put way less pressure on myself. So if you've made it this far, I appreciate you massively. I promise I'm going to shut up about running, at least for a little while. Thank you for MenCap once again for giving me the opportunity to run. Thank you for my friends and family who came out to support me on the day and throughout this whole process for like the past couple of years. And in particular, my dad. Dad, without you doing this in 2010, I wouldn't have done this. So thank you for being a massive inspiration to me. I love you, and thank you for everything. That's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.
Good.